guys just did. That was wonderful. Okay, who was here last month and heard me and saw me virtually? Okay, who's new to me? Anybody? Okay, all right. If you would please send me an email. My email information, is it up there? I'll give it to you again. I want to make sure you get one of these lovely shirts so you can wear in your school.
Thank you so much.
Sport it. I was hoping to see some of them today, but we'll let you off the hook. Over here on this table, the important stuff is some Magic School tchotchkes and things. I've got some bags and koozies, pens, scratch pads, and then these wonderful lanyards for whistles, keys, and things. Grab one, please. Put them in the bag. Take them out to your respective schools. Okay. Age. All right. I'm going to mirror my screen. And let's go to Magic School. Okay. All right. In terms of familiarity with, let's go generally speaking, AI in general. On a scale of 1 to 5. 1 is you never touched it. 5 is you think you're an expert. I'm not a 5, by the way, and I've been in this for a long time. Who's 1 or 2? Just getting to know it, kind of feeling your way through it. 3s, any 3s out here? Okay, 4s. Anybody create a custom tool yet?
I did one little thing.
You did? You tried one?
Maybe one little thing, but it was only for like a little bit.
Right, and so what have you been using, just shout it out, what have you been using AI so far outside of some of the role play that we just did? Lesson planning?
Lesson planning.
Yeah.
PowerPoint.
PowerPoints.
Integrating different requirements.
Okay, integrating different requirements.
Like the standards for the state, maybe like a course, a lesson that I have to teach, as well as maybe putting in some like Bloom taxonomy.
What's your name?
It's Betty.
Betty?
Parker, yeah.
Miss Betty, you're going to be my guinea pig today. You're working with me. You and I are going to connect right now. Okay? I'm going to call on you. Differentiating?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. Language translations?
Yes.
Yeah?
I like the standards on
Has anybody used Magic School with students, where the students actually have hands-on? What was that experience like?
It was interesting. They're like just kind of like grappling with it. So we're using it to, like, in my STEM after school club with the kids I've been doing it with. We're using it to like try to design different structures and like troubleshoot. So it's like a starting place for them.
Did you create a classroom for them?
No, we just used Raina.
You just went into Raina.
Oh, but I did create a classroom for it, yes. But
okay.
Then the tool that they most were comfortable with was Raina and just asking questions.
Okay. And in the spectrum of where we're going with this, Principal Edward, Principal Ben, students' usage is secondary, right? We're primarily focusing on educators and teachers, right?
Yes.
Okay. I will tell you that everything that you learn about AI and how to use Magic School specifically, I can't talk about anybody else's, but those skills that you're going to develop are also skills that you can start to develop within your student communities. That's the beauty of this whole thing, right? And as our students grow up and get out into the workplace, more and more are going to need AI skills. Okay, so the work that you're doing is important not only for yourselves and for your fellow educators, but ultimately down the road for the students as well. Okay, it will make them better. Some personal insight. I have a son who's 16 on spectrum, IEP, but all kinds of different diagnoses. He's challenged, right? He's got some learning disabilities. I use Magic School with him, and it's made a difference in terms of him interfacing and getting information where he can consume it, right? So he would have a hard time having a conversation. He'd love you, but he'd have a hard time talking. When I created a chat bot for him to learn about the Civil War, and I programmed that chat bot how to respond to him, what language to use, what lexile, how to address him, all of a sudden things started to click with him. So the technology works. It's supportive of the work that we're doing and reaching students on all different levels. Okay, that's my soapbox right now. What I want to do is This is not a sales pitch by any means, right? So if I start to sound salesy, somebody's gonna slap me. I'm not gonna have to do that.
Dr. Bennett can do that.
We'll do a quick little overview, and I want to share some new things, new features that are available, and then I want to dive right into how do I customize a tool for use for myself. How do you then share it out, possibly within your school, possibly with others in different schools, within and without District 19. So I'm sure you guys have friends in different districts, and you're like, I got this really awesome chatbot that does this. You got to see it, and you can share it with them. So I want to walk you through some of that stuff, and then we're going to play. We're going to have you guys pick a tool, and then Betty's going to lead the group, and she's going to show us how she did it, and then we're going to learn. Okay?
Okay.
Our tool to function. I went ahead with a custom chatbot. You can give it a name, give it a description so you know what it is. So this could be Betty's awesome chatbot. And this is Betty's chatbot to give me ideas on whatever. If it's lesson planning, this is my lesson planning tool for Wit Wisdom. This is my D19 lesson planning tool. Give it a name. Now, right on down the left-hand side here, we're going to give it instructions. What's the instructions that I want to provide for my chatbot, my lesson planning tool, my rubric generator? I want output in a specific format. I like to see language such as the following. I want, I don't know, whatever it is that it's STEM focused, if it's science focused. I want alignment to my NGSS standards. I want alignment to this particular curriculum. You're Romeo from Romeo and Juliet. Act as Romeo during the play and give answers about how you're feeling based on the plot of the play. Okay? What knowledge does this chatbot have? You can also attach a PDF for knowledge. So I might link the entire Wit and Wisdom curriculum here. I might include any documentation that you guys have privy to that exists within the realm of District 19. Right? Superintendent's guidelines, superintendent's priorities, how you embrace the community, right? Anything that's out there that you want this tool to have knowledge of, we can link it. You should. Okay? Somebody and everybody, I want you, when you write your prompt here for the instructions, there's a little selection that says get help with prompt. You should see that below. Just give it a try. You'll see how it takes my horrible instruction and makes it like.
You gotta take her first.
No worries.
That's awesome.
You did over there?
Okay. Hammer that link that says get help with prompt. Oh,
I'm doing what you want you text. So what I'm trying to do is like create informational text and then break it down into different sections of the cells. So one of the cells is discovery cells, and then the cell, what are the organelles?
I might say for any text that I provide to this particular lesson planning, I want it leveled at 300 and 700. I want it in both Spanish and English. I want whatever it is that you want. Okay, when you're ready, you can hit next. He's got a numbered list of bullets here, this guy. All right. Number 1, you're awesome. Number 2, so am I. All right. Did anybody notice the little eyeball that was on the left or to the right of those prompt boxes? The eyeball turns off that prompt so that when you're actually using the tool, it's hidden. Okay? If you leave the eyeball on, anything that you write in there will carry over into the actual tool when you're actually using it. Okay, what is the purpose of that? Let me give you a simple example. Suppose I am creating a character chatbot of Romeo from Romeo and Juliet, and I want to share it with my students. I don't want them to see my instructions that 1, you're awesome, and 2, so am I, but you're also Romeo, right? I don't want them to see that. I just want them to see and be able to have a conversation with my chatbot. If you created a tool that, hey, this is always going to be for my 5th grade class, right? Because maybe you gave it a name and you said 5th grade lesson plan. You can turn off that grade level because it will always know that it's 5th grade. Okay? So it hides the prompt from you having to enter it later. If you leave it on, you can change it. You can modify it. Okay? That was the eyeball. All right. Once you hit next. Okay? Any additional instructions to change the behavior that perhaps you maybe forgot or left off? Specify your format, add context, whatever it is to better serve your needs. And then when you hit next, you're going to be able to test that chatbot. AI struggles with, AI in general, all of AI, struggles with mathematics. And then if you're returning results that are like YouTube links for videos, the actual links themselves, for some reason, don't always work. So if you got a video of your favorite band, mine's not Tom Jones, although you might think that now, like Alter Bridge or Creed or somebody, you can take the name of the video and then go search in YouTube and actually get the appropriate link and pull that back into a lesson plan if you want to do that. But those two things, all of AI, the whole AI world struggles with. So just be aware of that when it comes to mathematics. Okay. If I click on it, I could share it within my org. That's my school, or I could go public with it, and I copy the link, and then I could just simply say, created this really cool tool. Check it out. Drop it into an email, and then when that person receives the email, they click on the link. They get the tool. It's added to their library if they want to keep it. They don't have to. That's sharing. Sharing is caring. All right.
Yeah, we need a few minutes.
As you continue to work, I'm going to continue to talk. What sits beneath an AI interface? Where is all this great information coming from? Who knows? Starts with an L.
Large language model.
Large language model. Who produces large language models? You might have heard some of the names in the news over the last couple of days.
Microsoft,
Google, OpenAI. DeepSeek. Claude. Anthropic. Right? That's where all of the intelligence sits in the large language models. Models, like students, get trained with all the data and everything. I don't know how it happens. It magically happens, right? There it is. Okay, that's not the point. The point I'm trying to make, not very eloquently, is they're trained up into a certain point in time. Most LLMs right now are trained up until, I think, the end of 2023, right? So October of 2023. So when Principal Edwards hit me with, when is the next solar eclipse? Do you guys remember that? Remember I choked?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh. Well, we fixed that. Okay? In Reina, right here where it says web search, right? If I click on web search, that is basically saying, take the LLM. If you don't have an answer good quality that I'm looking for, get it from the web. Do a web search. So, when is the next solar eclipse, right? Now this better work. March 29th, 2025. Gotcha.
Touche, it's coming up.
Right? So not all of our tools have it yet, but they're going to. This is Reina was the first one that we made it available to, so that's coming out. So that's that was just a little thing I needed to address for our last conversation. Okay.
Who named Reina?
That's a really good question. So I believe, and this is urban legend now. So Adil Khan is the CEO and founder of Magic School. I believe Reina is his wife, although he doesn't let on. So it's part of the mystery, right? We've got unicorns and all kinds of fun stuff that we joke about.
When in doubt, just ask your wife, right? In other words.
Hey, happy wife, happy life. Okay. All right, what questions? Any questions on the work that you're doing? I have had teachers walk up to me with tears in their eyes, saying, "You saved me." I was ready to basically leave the classroom. I had another person say, "I have my life back."
I just say, like, I'm in this game a long time, but I see the younger teachers come in too, and they are struggling with just everything, right?
Right.
And then this is helpful.
You're spot on. So the last personal thing that I'll share is that my daughter is a second-year teacher down in Delaware, and my wife and I have been on numerous phone calls prior to me joining Magic School in tears, and it's like, Ava, you went to University of Delaware. You can do this. You got out. You kind of wanted this, right? And she's like, I love the classroom, but it's everything else that prevents me from actually getting to these kids.
But the sad part is, like, I have a daughter as well going into education, and I'm discouraging her, and it's terrible to say that.
Yeah.
But when you see something like this, then you're like, well, maybe there's hope.
There's hope. Yeah, the grading papers, the feedback, the planning, all of it. You know, all of it. It was one thing after another, and so when it doesn't like us today. When I shared Magic School with her, it was big eyes. You know, the tears stopped. I mean, I felt good, and she's just heads down again. So, all right. All right. Anybody that has Enterprise now? Somebody raise your hand if you got Enterprise on your laptop. Okay. I want to see something. Click into.
I downloaded
Well, you don't have access to it.
Do the end of lesson tasks, the focus standards, every end of lesson task for every
Oh, into
curriculum.
your lesson. That's the main one.
So we could like put that in there, like, okay, now I'm putting it for kindergarten.
Right.
I have a question.
Yes.
So we're trying to customize, when we created a customized tool, we want to put it from K to 12.
Okay, so just specify.
But it's
For written
not,
wisdom.
it's allowing us to only choose one grade.
In the, go into the tool.
Oh,
You're gonna
she
override,
has
your
to-
instructions are
Oh,
gonna, you're gonna override the selection.
Okay, so how do I do that? Yeah.
Okay, so.
Yeah, that's what, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not letting me do,
Okay, so you.
it's making me go to the beginning, yeah.
Right, so now.
Okay.
I tried to do that. Okay.
It could also be, like, let's say the student is texting in their language and it translated to English. So they understand what you taught in their language and they want to express that. So they type it in the text rewriter. And let's say that they're texting or they're writing Spanish. So they're writing Spanish and then it pops out the English.
I like that. Because a lot of times I'll tell them the whole thing.
Gotta be more specific, so let me try and upload.
It'll be a lot.
Yeah, so let's just do 6 grade. Let me upload the file for 6 grade and see what it is.
Yeah, we can do for 6th grade.
So we don't resolve for sixth grade? Sixth grade, yeah. So we're gonna do it individually,
So
sixth
that
grade,
would be a
seventh grade?
model.
No, we're
Yeah.
just trying to see
It's a
what
model,
it would be.
but we'll do it individually. Okay.
And then we'll branch out from like, and it really goes to the level of, 3, I feel like 3rd grade, and then, but whenever
Yeah.
you start taking the state exam, 3, 2, whatever that state exam,
Fourth grade.
And it'll be less overwhelming for the teacher too, because now they're just focused on their grade.
Right.
and all the information will be already there. So they're not gonna have to go search for it.
So now I uploaded the whole file
Very specific.
and then I need to make
Book title?
Description?
Cut me off guard, I'm like, caught me off guard, I was like,
It's a program.
Is there a way for us to translate whatever language is input into English?
Yes.
I love how you said yes. Well, they're doing it on this one.
It could be, let me scroll down a little bit here.
That's it.
That's it, that's all you get. So rewrite so that any text input is translated into English. However you want that tool to respond, you tell it to do it right there. You have the ability to accept text in any language, translate it, rewrite it however you want. If you want the output in English and in language.